there's a big hole. Hey up! Today we are going to get on with some welding on the chassis of the Land Rover. So in the last video we got the gearbox out. I have just organised the bolts into their correct bags with the right labels on. Now I am going to get stuck into the hole in the chassis, get that welded up before we start putting the gearbox back in. The first job though is to get this clutch covered up so that dust and dirt doesn't get into the clutch. This is the chassis rust that I've got to contend with. I've given the chassis a right good tapping all around, and this right hand side isn't too bad. There is a bit of pitting going on here, so I may end up cutting that section out and putting some fresh metal in there. This side however isn't so good. So we've got a big long hole here right the way along. So what I might have to do, it comes right down to here, so I might have to cut a piece in here and then go right the way along to here and put completely new metal in there, because that is knackered. I've now got the flap disc on the grinder and I have cleaned up the chassis rails. This side isn't too bad. You can see we've got a bit of pitting on the chassis there, and it goes up to about here. And then on the other side, looking at this side, this is quite rusty, so we're going to probably come down here along the side of this patch that I've put on, cut that out and cut right the way along to this hole here, and then probably come up and diagonally up to here. It's not too bad around here, that's not too bad, and then cut right across the top to join up with the other side. I do need to mark out where these holes are, because these are the cross-member mounting bolts, and there is also some bits inside that will need addressing. So I've marked out roughly where the patch is going to be. This is all the bits that I'm going to cut out. Hopefully it all goes well, and then I'm going to try and pull this section off and use it as a template for the main part. Well, I managed to get the piece off. It's got some support brackets on the back of it that I will have to take off and reinsert. But yeah, that's the majority of it cut off. Check out this. This is the inside of my chassis and all the junk that's inside it. So all that has come out of my chassis. So now we have ground all of the edges. I need to then make a plate to go in there. Over this side I've just cleaned it up. I'm going to coat it in lots of paint and treat it inside and out with Lanogard. Hopefully it should prolong the life of this chassis and give me a chance to save up for a Mayer chassis, a galvanised, nice, shiny new one. Right, so now I'm going to quickly measure this and get out and cut out a new piece. Just a bit of a scratch.
Yeah. One at you one. But
Yeah.
it will be alright.
It will be alright, won't it?
Yeah. But it will go back up.
So I've cut out the patch now and I've tickled it in and it looks alright. I'm quite pleased with it. This is the new patch, and I've got a little bit of an opening there, but we can build that up with some MIG. I've just got to clean all the edges up now. Hello! Well, it is actually a couple of days later now and I have managed to get the patch welded in. It has been welded to within an inch of its life. I'm hoping it's a decent job. All I've got to do now is just grind it all up with the flap disc, and then we can get some paint on it, and then we can move on to another bit of the job. So under the car you can see the patch that I've done. Hopefully it shows. You can see it's all pretty much welded up, just needs these little bits grinding back and flattening off so that it all looks pretty factory. And then we need to drill the holes in the right places. This is the patch now, all ground up, nice and clean. You probably never even know it was there. So we've got the plate all painted up in undercoat yesterday. Now I'm going to cover it in top coat. I will get the GoPro underneath and show you what we've done so far. I think it looks quite good. I'm really pleased with it. And we've got Sophia down here waffling. What you say?
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to do some painting. Do some painting under the car. Yeah. We've got some gloss black chassis paint. It should look quite good. You'd never know it was there.
And this.
This is the outside. That is the driver's side, all undercoated. Come round to the passengers and you can just see a line there where the patch starts. Yeah, I'm pleased with how it looks. Nice and solid. We've got the holes drilled in the right places for the cross member, and the hole here drilled for getting some lanyard guard in there. That's the chassis all painted up, and I have gone down the back end of the chassis in lanyard guard. I've also filled in these holes with lanyard guard, and yeah, really pleased with the outcome. Now we're ready for the gearbox. See you next time.